Hi friends, do you normally come across data sets that are very inconvenient to work, or rather you need to put some manual process for you to make it a right structure before you can use that data for your further analysis? And does it take a long time to do that? If so, I'm going to walk you through a simple trick as to how to fill the data when you receive blank cells. For the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to use a very small data set. Here we have in 4 columns, B, C, D, and E. There's some sort of countries listed in column B, and some products those countries sell, which is listed in column C, and the time frame by month in column D, and the amount, probably quantity or sales, some sort of a measure. Now, we would notice that not all the cells in column B and C are completed. So this could be some sort of a pivot output. Someone sends it to you, or maybe that's the way they have just formatted to indicate that's the country, and all the products are listed until, for example, if we are looking at Sweden, column C2 to C12, the ones I've highlighted relates to Sweden, and then we've got another row header in B13 for UK, and again we have those products listed in column C with the blank rows in between. If we have to use this data as is for any sort of lookups, or say if you want to do some aggregations, you might have to pre-fill those blanks in manually. Let's say for example, I just want to find out what's the total sales for product A for Sweden. If I have to do some sort of sum ifs, I may not be able to do that in its present structure. The reason being, to do the sum if, we need to have this product A tagged against every month, and then we also need to have the country as well to be tagged according to the respective rows or records for us to do that sort of analysis. So in order to pre-fill that, the basic way is to copy that record and fill that down manually like this, and then you go to the next record and you have to do manually over to the next row. Similarly, you have to perform that in column C. But this sort of process is a manual process, and it takes a long time. Assuming this is a short or a small data set, that's quite handy. But if you have to do this repetitively, say for example every week or every month you get some sort of similar sort of data, and if it is too much of a large data set, that would be a tedious process. So in order to avoid that, we could use a very simple technique to fill in those blanks. Fortunately, in Excel we have a built-in feature for which allows us to do that. So let me undo the ones we have filled manually. So here we have. So I would first highlight the 2 columns where we need to fill in the blanks. So in this case, column B and the column C. And on the home button, onto the right hand side, there's an editing tool option, and within the editing tool option we find something called find and select. And if we just click on that small drop down option, we get further options, and we're going to go and click go to special. Once we do that, the go to special gives us many options. But what we're trying to do here is to fill blanks, and there is one called blanks here, which would just select that and say OK. Once we do that, we see that all the blank cells have been highlighted, and where we have C3 as the first blank cell, which the Excel has highlighted, then we would need to just click on go to the formula bar, start with equal sign, and basically refer that to the previous row where we need to copy the data from. In this case, C2, the product A, needs to be copied right below. So if you just click on C2 and if you press Control Enter, there you go, bang. So all the previous row headers gets copied down below. So if you come to product B, that's the product B, and below we have the same data copied over. Obviously at the moment we have got the formulas that's referring it to the previous row. So in case if you want to get over with that formula, you might just highlight those two columns, copy it, and make it as special values. Hope this trick helps you in avoiding to do the manual process of copying the data. Hope you liked it. Thank you.